A little bit of a rumor. Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
So Will Levis is officially out for the year. Had to have a shoulder surgery there. He's out for the year now. And there's been talks about the Titans potentially going after someone to be a backup quarterback for them. Now, left on their roster, Tim Boyle, who we all know, he's been on like every single team in the league basically and been bad at them all, including the Jets not too long ago. And Brandon Allen, who also has yet to show he can do anything impressive whatsoever in the NFL, basically. So literally, you got your number one overall pick, a guy that you're literally, hoping is going to be the face of the franchise in Cam Ward. And you got a guy there behind him, two guys who just haven't done anything. You have no leadership whatsoever in that QB room. And to be very frank, you could have made this comment before Will Levis was gone, by the way. At least Will Levis was better than these guys.
Yeah.
Even with the whole mayo and the coffee thing and everything. Which is still just weird. But there's been the talks of they may go out for a backup quarterback. And when you look at teams around the league that would want to potentially get rid of a backup quarterback, there's two teams that come to mind. And Jay, I saw you in the comments. They're talking about Kenny Pickett there. The Browns are definitely one of them. They got Flacco. They got, the two rookies, obviously, and they got Pickett. There's one man that's going to be the odd man out. The other one that comes to mind, people, is the New York Giants. Weird position. The Giants are at a surplus at quarterback.
Especially after the past few seasons, because we had half of one serviceable one.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've been able to say the Giants are at a surplus at quarterback. But you got Russell Wilson, who's not going anywhere, obviously. You got Jaxson Dart, who's also not going anywhere. You got Jameis Winston, who I don't think should go anywhere. And you got Tommy DeVito, who may go somewhere on his own accord. So there is the
also,
four guys there.
All with NFL experience. Yeah. And DeVito also may not go anywhere just because he likes just being
the guy. He had to move out of his mom's house probably if that happened.
Yeah.
Unless he plays for the Jets. He can't live at home anymore. And have more Big ZD and all. But, I mean, like, all seriousness, though, those guys would represent a potential upgrade for these, And Kenny Pickett of the Browns, as Jay says, is one of them. But Jameis Winston is definitely an upgrade. And you could make the case that Tommy DeVito is at the very least on par with those guys, if not an upgrade.
Yeah. So the question is, do the Giants want to separate from Winston? Which I don't think that's the case.
No.
Like we listened to Bobby earlier. Dart looks like a rookie, and he looks like he needs to sit, which was the initial plan. And if you're going to do right by Dart, you don't get rid of Winston.
Yeah.
So, it's that simple.
To me, you want to bring as much quarterback, tutelage in when you have a rookie quarterback. You got those two guys in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, who both can bring a lot of experience and can help him along. It's not our job to fix the Titans' mistakes.
Nope.
Like the Titans point blank should have brought I'll say this again, before they even brought in, this conversation because of what happened with Will Levis. There should have been the conversation of, hold on a second here. We don't have much in this quarterback room. We want to teach this kid. We want to give this a chance to succeed. I know we got coaches, but most people want to have like a mentor that they can actually look up to and say, oh, I remember watching you play 5 years ago, like the Joe Flacco kind of guy, the Andy Dalton kind of guy. Like there's a reason people do this consistently with young quarterbacks. It's a proven method of success.
Yep.
Now, there's many factors. So it's not a guarantee. Oh, you got Andy Dalton. You're going to be successful now. Like, obviously, it's not that simple. But, you have this situation here where you're setting him up. Will Levis, the guy he's replacing because he sucked. Tim Boyle and Brandon Allen. That was a stupid move by the Titans, point blank. And just because they made that stupid move doesn't mean the Giants have to undo their smart moves. It sounds so weird to say smart moves for the Giants, but it was smart to set him up with multiple people. because you don't have to force out, Jaxson Dart when he's not ready. You heard, Bobby talking earlier about Jaxson Dart did not look good today, guys. And again, I don't want to overact in one day, but we've said from the get-go, he needs time. He's not ready. There's no doubt in our mind he's not ready. So we need to go ahead and give him a chance to succeed. And you can't give him that chance to succeed if you're throwing him out there.
No. He's the guy that you looked at, but he has the talent, he has the smarts, but does he have the discipline right now? He does not. And you throw him into the deep end and try to figure out how to swim doesn't work for everyone. And it's not the case. Like, he needs time to, sit behind a couple quarterbacks for a year, maybe 2. Listen, we got Russ for 1 year. We got Winston for 2. Like, it just makes sense not to get rid of Winston, especially like if you want to put Dart in year 2 and something happens, you still got a very serviceable backup quarterback.
Yes. And a guy who's been, by all accounts, a good teammate by everybody who's ever played with him, and, a good guy to learn from in that regard. And I think the big thing for me is also you got to look at what are you going to get? Like, let's be very frank here for a minute. What would you get if you traded Jameis Winston? Let's just say hypothetically you trade Jameis Winston.
You're probably not going to get much. So like they would have to, maybe like maybe a 6th.
And is that worth getting rid of a guy who could be at least a part of a mentorship behind your rookie quarterback, and a guy that you signed for 2 years because if everything works out as planned, Jaxson Dart is starting next year. You have a guy now that's still a competent backup next year on a very reasonable deal, by the way. I just feel like it doesn't make any sense. The only guy I would look at trading is Tommy DeVito. And that's if he wants to go, by the way. I would give him that kind of conversation. Like, listen, you're at here. You're number 4. Like, you're not making it barring any injury out of camp on this roster unless, you clear waivers and you can pop up on the practice squad again. Do you want to go to Tennessee and have a chance?
100%.
And that's a respect move. It's not a move of anything else but respect, because there is no way in hell that he's going to be, go ahead and get there. But here's the thing there. Again, like I said, you have to talk about what are you going to get for him?
Exactly. And what's going to happen is we're going to put Tommy DeVito down to, number 4, down in the practice squad, and he's just going to get picked off. Like, if no one's going to trade for him, he's just going to be like, hey.
Yeah. And like I said, we're going to get a 7th round pick for DeVito. Like, honestly, and I'm not trying to be mean about it. Like, he's not a good quarterback. He's got at least a little bit of experience because he's played with a bad team the last couple of years, where he's got a chance to play a little bit.
Hey, listen, he won games with a bad team.
He did. And that's why I'm saying I do think he's up there, if not an upgrade over Tim Boyle and Brandon Allen. But I just don't think you're going to get anything beyond like a 7th round pick. And you know what? It might be one of those scenarios where you give up a 7th round pick and they give you a 6th round pick, and all we get to do is move up like 1 round.
Yeah.
Like, that might be where we're at. But you know what? If he wants to do that, I'd have no problem doing that for DeVito, just out of, respect for the man and what he's done the last couple of years for him. Let's not forget the good story he was in 23. And we didn't have a lot of good stories in that year or last year or most years.
Yeah.
But like I said, if he wants to go, I'm never a fan of holding people hostage like that, unless it's somebody who's like a really, really good player that they can deal. Like somebody like Dexter Lawrence comes in and wants trade requests. Like, oh, sorry, that sucks to be you. You're under contract.
Yeah. Listen, here's your contract. You signed right here.
Yeah, but again, I don't think we'd really get anything for him. And I think if we did a move like that, it's really would be for Tommy DeVito's benefit much more than the Giants.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just being a softie by saying something like that. Like, give the kid a chance if you want, because I just feel
you are being a softie, because at the end of the day, like, what's going to happen is the Giants are not going to leave him on the roster.
Nope.
And he's just going to be there to just whatever team wants him to pick him off. Or
nobody takes him and he goes back to their practice squad.
Yep.
And that's the crazy thing about it. And I just feel like I could, if I was him, I'm trying to put myself into Tommy DeVito's shoes for a second. Having some big ziti.
The gabagoo.
I'm watching The Sopranos, and I'm going, I'm in a crappy situation for myself. I have not a single shot of making this team, barring any kind of injury. Like, that's not a good place to be.
No, you don't want to be on a squad and be like, oh, you get hurt. Oh, you get hurt. Now I can start.
Yeah.
That's also not a good mindset either.
And like I said, I'd love to keep him around for the practice squad and go, you know what? Okay, Russ gets hurt. Jameis Winston, you go in. Tommy DeVito, you're now the backup. And Dart, still hold that clipboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that'd be perfect for the Giants from a business standpoint. But from a DeVito standpoint, I can see it from that way. But like I said, Winston, I'm not giving up him no matter what.
No.
Not going to do it. I still think he's a very good backup. And again, like Bobby said earlier, you can put him in for probably 3-4 games. It'd be an entertaining 3-4 games, and you'd have a chance to win all those games. You'd have a chance to lose as well, but you'd have a chance to win.
Go either way.
That's what he is.
It could be a blowout, close game, or a blowout.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get. You know, life is like a box of chocolates.
Life's like a box of James Winston's. Like 5 touchdowns, 5 picks, pick in the middle.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip,
then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.